Welcome to the west coast of Canada. Now, this is not the most western portion of it, but we're in the Channel Islands between like Vancouver Island, that sort of thing, Hyde Island, and mainland. And there's all sorts of islands in front of you and an amazing view. So, sorry for not posting so often. It's hard to do that when you have no reception. I've been on this ferry, which is, it's named way up there. I can't see it right now. I can go up there. Oh, it's the Northern Expedition. So this is the Northern Expedition run by BC Ferries. Its trip is from, or its voyage is from Prince Rupert to Port Hardy. Prince Rupert is on the mainland in northern BC. Port Hardy is on Vancouver Island at more or less the north end of it. There is one stop that we just had at Bella Bella, which is someplace. I'll have to look it up later because I don't know where it was. But nonetheless, this is beautiful British Columbia. They actually put that on their license plates, so that's just true. Nonetheless, we're heading into the evening. I got on this boat, drove on with my Jeep at someplace just before around 7 a.m. this morning in Prince Rupert. Drove on, parked it up, came upstairs, and I have had a comfortable and enjoyable trip. We are not due in until 11:30, 23:30 Pacific time tonight. No, 23:50 tonight. I don't know if we're ahead or behind. It doesn't really matter to me. And then I'm heading down to Nanaimo. Whether I do that tonight or stop in a rest area and then head down in the morning, either way, that's my plan. Nanaimo tomorrow morning for 11 a.m. to meet with my brother's kid and have coffee, which would be nice. Now, I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to post this. Like I said, right out here, there's no internet, obviously, none on the boat, and none in the wild for cellular networks. But nonetheless, it's absolutely beautiful. We've seen whales. There were a couple of humpback whales we've seen in a couple of different places on the way down. Just have to keep your eye on for them and then watch the crowds as people stampede towards the windows to see them. Nonetheless, like I said, the trip's like 16 hours. Cost me like $670. I got an assigned seat in the Aurora Lounge, which is extremely comfortable. They have 4 or 5, maybe 3, either way, unisex bathrooms, which are big enough. They have a sink, they have a toilet separate from the sink area, and they're big enough to, do your tidying up because you've been on a boat for 16 hours or camping for the last few days and you need some TLC. Nonetheless, it's a great place to be. There are cabins available. I haven't checked them out because I didn't pay for one. And even the seating for the commoners is just great too because it's also very comfortable. Nonetheless, if you get a chance to come to BC and you are trying to get up the coast in a rather efficient way, even if it does cost, this is a wonderful way to do it. You can go north from Port Hardy on Vancouver Island, and you can go from and it goes to Prince Rupert, and of course vice versa. From Prince Rupert, you can catch ferries that'll go take you up to Alaska, and that's like Juneau, Alaska, and then Skagway. And if you're smart about it, if you're trying to get to Whitehorse, for example, you might take this ferry to Prince Rupert, turn around, and jump on the ferry that goes to Skagway, Alaska, and then it's a fairly short drive up to Whitehorse from there. Again, it will cost, you will need your passport if you're a Canadian citizen, but it's worthwhile. Nonetheless, just soak that in for a bit. Just soak in the beauty of this place. I invite you here. I won't be here when you get here, but I invite you here. This is beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's coming up on 7 p.m. So it's been, wow, 12 hours on the boat. The weather's great. Not too hot, not too cold, probably around 19 degrees, something like that. And again, you just gotta come and see it. Check into BC's camping situation if you're doing that sort of thing. They have a lot of rest areas, which are, they're pit toilets, but they're well maintained. And, people. Okay, people have got walked by. They won't look at me funny. But so the rest areas have the pit toilets, and they're well maintained, clean on the inside as much as you can be. But then you'll also have BC parks, which are camping, and the full service parks, like the one I saw at Lake Ellis Lake in northern BC, was well maintained with extremely nice showers and facilities. It's, if you've been camping for a while, this is like heaven. So, I mean, and it was like $45 a night. You pay for your firewood, it's just a peaceful place. It's a really nice, what did they say? Culturally modified forest. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful forest at Lake Ellis Lake. There's a great beach, and it's in the middle of the mountains, so you can't really go wrong. There's a campground as you get to Prince Rupert, coming in from the north on 16. It's just before the ferry docks. It's a fairly barren campground, but it has what you need. The bathrooms probably could use a little refurbishing. It's probably been there forever. But if you check that out, you'll end up with decent showers, reasonable facilities, and a place to stay that's really close to the ferry, which is good. Helps in the morning. In town in Prince Rupert, you can find a really nice seafood restaurant called Smiles. It's been there since 1939. It probably saw a lot of soldiers that were training for World War II and being deployed for World War II through its doors in the day. And they have a sample of the menu. I don't have it, sorry, from 1941. But it's a worthwhile place to go. The server, tip her well. She worked very hard to keep every customer happy. And I think she was the only one working when we were there, and it was a packed restaurant. At least the section we were in. There's a bigger, if they had more staff, perhaps they would open up the other section that was facing the ocean or the port. But still, it's good food. Enjoy it. I had the maritime platter, which was halibut, wonderful, salmon, wonderful, scallops, battered. Yeah, I probably prefer scallops over not battered, but whatever. And then shrimp or prawn that were battered as well. Nonetheless, I also started off with a really nice Boston clam chowder. They also have another clam chowder I can't remember the name of. But please, if you're in the area, go there. Doesn't matter if you tell them I sent you, because they don't know me, but go and enjoy. It's a good place to eat. And then if you're doing this going north, spend the day in Prince Rupert, see the sights, check out what's going on there. It's a very busy town. It's mostly shipping with a side of tourism, because honestly, it's a very busy container port. But you don't notice the traffic, at least not on bulk. Maybe when the ship comes in, but not when the ship's sitting there being loaded. Nonetheless, anyway, I'm gonna leave it at this because I'm probably rambling. But hi, and this is my host from the Channel Islands in the West Coast. Take care.